Welcome back. I'm Sean Murphy, founder of Mental Profits. Welcome back to the third part in the series on C.Q.CE. Clarify, qualify, create expectation. So let's take a quick review. Number one, we talked about clarify. What do they want? And do they know it? Get down clear. I mean, put them through the funnel and get out what needs to be the focus for the conversation. Then we talked about qualify. Is it real? Do they understand what they want? Because that's the reality. Do they understand what it is that they want? And then the third part is create expectation. See, because this is what we want them to be doing. Saying yes. But we're going to be touching on this one. This video is on the create expectation. So we've talked a little bit about clarifying. We've talked a little bit about qualifying. Now we want to create the expectation. That's going to be significant. I believe this is the missing part. We talk about futuring. We talk about potentializing. We talk about making people see it. But the reality is that we just do this on a surface level. We've got to get it deeper, and that's what I'm going to take you through this process here right now. So you ready to get started? Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. So create expectation. We're going to spend a lot of time on this one because I believe it's the most important part. Most people have spent time on clarifying goals. They've written down goal sheets. Everyone has written down. I've written down goal sheets. I've written down my list of 120 minutes. I've written down all of these different things. And there's still a fair amount of things I had not accomplished. Then we qualified them. We focused on them. We put the little post-it notes different places. We said, this is what I'm going to work on. This is what I want. This is the secret of my success. I'm going to focus on this. I'm going to give it my all. And then Tuesday shows up and our all is gone. It's because we didn't create the expectation. We didn't paint the picture clear enough. See, we've all heard about it. What you think about, you bring about. What you say in your heart, what you hold in your heart shows up. What you are grateful for shows up. We're not sure how to do that. We're never taught how to do that. Some people get it. Some people instinctively get it. Some people get it because they have no choice. Right? We've all heard about the distributors who have come into this network marketing industry. They came in on a Christmas Eve and now they're at $2 million a year. More and more people that I interview, that I find that have been enrolled in those, well, nobody's going to sign up now periods, the summers, the holidays, the family vacations, all of those things, I've found those people to be extraordinarily successful. Why? Because they had a burning desire. They didn't need anyone to paint the picture for them. Those are the, hey, get started and get out of their way kind of folks. For the majority of the other folks, the other 97%, we've got to be able to paint that picture so clear for them that they can actually see it. They can actually believe that they can move towards it. And so that's this part of the formula that I've created, the clarify, qualify, create expectation. It's the create expectation part. First thing we have to do is paint the picture. But we don't have the paintbrush. They do. So it goes something like this. We've now clarified somebody's goals. We've qualified it's something they want to work on. The creating expectation part sounds something like this. So now, Tom, that you've got this, you see the path towards it. What's the first milestone? What's the first mile marker? What's the first indicator that you know that you're on the right path? Because most people, when they go from a starting point and try to get to the end point, they're looking at trying to figure out what it's all going to happen over here. My perception. What we need them to focus on is what's going to happen in the next 24 hours. What's going to happen in the next 48 hours, the next 72 hours, the next week. If we don't identify that, guess what's going to happen? The week's going to show up. They're not going to have a story that tells how they were successful, and the chain of success is broken. And they fall back into life, into reality. So what do? We got to give them the paintbrush, give them the marker. Say, now that you see this, and now that if all of this does what you want it to do, how are you going to know you're on the right path? Now, this path may go all over the place, but how do you know in the next 24 hours you've made the right decision? What needs to happen? Does it need to keep you awake at night? Is it something that you're just very excited about, that you want to be able to talk to people? Are you wanting to learn about the products? What do you need to do? See, folks, this is where we talk about in network marketing and in building a business. When you're in the company, when you're in an organization, what's your story? See, a lot of times we have to wait till you have a story for you to create one. Probably not the best way. It's why too many people quit. They quit too soon. Help them with their story. What does it look like? Have they brought their first guest to a meeting on the next event? Have they put somebody on a conference call? Have they tried the products? Have you given them products to try? Have they tried it? Have they experienced it? What's that next little step that lets them know they're on the right path to get to here? Is this making sense? Because we miss it. We all talk about it, but we've got to get clear. So, 24 hours. What's their goal? Well, Sean, it sometimes takes a week for products to get there. Is that an excuse or a reason to let them fail? Why wait? Don't you have any that you could share with them? Let them experience the product so that they can have a personal story. Who would they be giving this product to? Who would they be asking to be on their team? You got to do this in the next 24 hours, because if not, forget it. You're putting too much pressure on them. You're asking them to be too much of an entrepreneur if they're not already one. See, a lot of people say, well, ask a busy person, because a busy person will do what? Will figure out how to get it done. Most people don't have their business. So we want to clarify the next 24 hours, the next 48 hours. Well, man, this sounds like a lot of work. Listen carefully. How many times, if somebody goes to Royal Diamond, how many times do you have to re-sponsor them? Or goes to the top of your compensation plan? How often do you have to sit down at a kitchen table and re-sponsor them? The answer is never. Remember, this is about creating residual income. This is about creating walk-away income. So if you don't have that right now, you need to look at doing something different. And maybe this is a different conversation you can have with people. I know it's been successful because I've used it, and the folks that I teach it to seem to get a tremendous amount of value out of it. They're the ones whose organizations are absolutely exploding. They're the ones jumping levels when they get to the next convention. So in this creating expectation, what does it look like? See, we can't say what's your 90-day goal. It doesn't matter if you're in this industry for 15, 20, 30 years. You don't know what a 90-day goal is. Listen carefully. You don't know all of the steps in the next 90 days to get to the target that you want. Whether it's rank advancement, income advancement, whatever it is. You still have to go do the daily activities. That's what I'm saying. Of course, as you get more and more seasoned, you know, well, I need to hit diamond, and I know I need X, and you know exactly what you need in the comp plan, who's going to do it, what they're going to do. But you can't just focus on the 90 days. You got to focus on the next 90 minutes, right? So in that creating expectation, ask them some questions. So here it is. This is a Saturday or Sunday. It's a weekend. Say it's a Sunday. I'm filming this. I think it's Sunday. So Monday morning comes. Monday evening, I call you, and you're excited about what we've just done. You're excited about the decision that you made to join the company. What happened? What happened in the next 24 hours that when I'm talking to you tomorrow night, you're going to look back and go, man, it was awesome. What happened? See, if we don't paint the picture for them, they can't look for it. Imagine going to some place you've never been before. What do people give you? They give you landmarks, right? Things to look for. Well, when you get down to if you've gone to the end of the street where the church is, you've gone too far. If you've seen the tree in the middle of the field, you've gone too far. If you went through the stoplight, you've gone too far. See, the challenge is that we never have anybody go too far. They're stopping way before. So you got to say, listen, you have to go till. Jim Rohn used to use the word, until. How long should you do it? Until. Isn't that a great word? He used to talk about that word all the time. You got to do it until. So what are the landmarks you need to guide them towards? What are the landmarks they should be looking for? This is the creating expectation. We can say, well, but the average person who joins our company inside of 3 months is making $400 a month. Who wants to be average? I know none of the prospects I ever enrolled wanted to be average. So my point is, what do they want? Let them create the expectation. Give them the paintbrush to what's important for them. This is so powerful when you understand the psychology of it. Because now, when you stop watching this video, let's say it's a 10-minute long video, what happens the other 23 hours and 50 minutes in the day? You are on your own, right? So when we send somebody off from this circle of love that they were in, the circle of acceptance, and they leave that circle and they go home, what's the first thing most of us were taught to tell new prospects? Whatever you do, don't talk to family. Why? We know why. If they talk to their family, they're not strong enough. They haven't created their own expectation, and they're going to get what? Talked out of doing it. So how do we help them create the expectation? We have to give them the things they can see. We don't need to be looking over the next horizon. We just need to be looking at the foothills. We need to be looking down the next block of what they need to be checking out. I promise you. Yeah, man, that just seems like I could be talking them out of it. They could be selling themselves out of this whole thing. Well, let me let you in on a little clue. You know who our competition is? It's not another network marketing company. It's not another job. The competition that we have is the conversation that happens up here that we are not a part of. I mean, goodness gracious, if we were able to talk to them, have a conversation, and help them get started, and they got started, why would they ever quit? It's because of the conversation that happens up here that we know nothing about. So how do we become a part of that? Let them create the expectation. Find a way to connect and communicate with them without interrupting them in the next 24 hours. Text message is good, but if you send them a text and say, hey, did we talk to so-and-so, and you never set the plan up for them to talk to so-and-so, or gave them a way to deal with it, you're going to start to put pressure on them. This says create expectation, not create pressure. Just making sense? I hope so. So how can you create expectation? What are the things in the next 24 hours that people should experience? Do you have a product that's a sleep product or a weight loss product? Oh, well, we deal with cards. We deal with greeting cards. Have them send one before they leave the event. Have your computer there. Do it from your phone. Do it however it is, but have them experience sending a card so that on day 3 or 4, they're getting a card they sent to themselves from the event. Folks, it's real simple. It's really simple. But we're so busy trying to be too professional. I mean, I don't know how you can be more professional than helping someone succeed. So these are the fundamental steps that I believe that would change people's careers in this industry. So the creating expectation. So now once we create the expectation, how long do we have to create the expectation? This is my tagline. How long do we have to create the expectation? Till the next event. Until the next time they can get that shot of success, that inoculation of negativity to keep all the no-sayers out. So we've got to keep them plugged in till the next event. Who controls when the next event is? You do. You control it. Is it the next conference call? Is it the next 3-way call? Is it the next fill in the blank? You create the event. And it's got to be the same kind of event. So if you have a national that's coming up in your area, how often does the national come up with? No, that comes up once a quarter. Great. What happens between now and when the next national comes up? Is that the first event you're planning for? Is that the next event? See, there's certain things you have to do that you need to do on a regular basis. So, 3-way calls. Now that could be a 3-way call on Skype, could be a 3-way call however you choose, but that 3-way call is between you and someone on your team. Maybe it doesn't even have to be someone on your team. Could be someone cross-lined. But I promise you, if you partner up with somebody and you say, I'll help you, will you help me? What do you think you'll both say? Sure. But this creating expectation, they need to know there's more than you. See, I used to, in the very beginning, in the 15 so years ago, when I first got started, the expectation I used to create was, I'm the king of the hill. Let me tell you how good I am at this. It was an expectation, but not one that anyone could follow. So guess what happened my first year in business? $80,000. Wait. In debt. Because I created the wrong expectations. I thought I was doing it right. I was getting busy. I was busy, but I wasn't having people stick. Nobody could do what I do. But if you create your own expectation, if you create it, could you do what you do? Sure. Let them do what they do. If we help them get their stuff in order, if we help them under here, if we help them create this, why are we enrolling them? To help them. Then why do we take that away? Why do we take away helping them and we start telling them what to do? Does this make sense? So, create expectation. Get to that part to where they're always saying yes, nodding their head, I can do that. This is I can do that. And then your job, your responsibility is to keep them on that path, right? You've all heard of this, right? We launch a rocket from Earth and send it to the moon. How often is it on the exact path? Less than 3%. 97% of the time, it is adjusting. That's what you are. You're adjusting. Let them go down the path. Let them bounce off and try this and try that. But your goal is to keep them on right here. They need to be able to identify that, but you got to be able to take them through the baby steps over here. So that's the part of create expectation. I go a lot more into this when I talk with my clients, and again, there's that book, the year-long program that I start with folks. It's incredible. The results have been over the top. But you've got to get started right now. You've got to decide this is what you want. And you've got to learn how to clarify, qualify, and create expectations. So who should be the first person you start with? You. Put a plan together. Learn how to clarify, learn how to qualify, and learn how to create expectation. If you want that free hour interview, that intake session, let me know. We'll set that up. Okay? It's my gift to you. Because I want you to win. I want you to succeed. I want you to have all of the success you can. So join the mailing list. Get on the mailing list. There's some private coaching calls that happen where I have communities come together. I put somebody on the hot seat. Find that. Go to mentalprofits.com. Enjoy that. Get the couple of audios that are over there. And I appreciate you being here. So until then, I'll see you where? At the next event. Till then, I'm Sean Murphy, founder of Mental Profits, and bye for now.